Hey guys, it's Infinite. Terror playing Team Deathmatch on WMD. It's another old gameplay that I got probably close to launch, and I just wanted to use as a backdrop today for what I wanted to talk about. So, last night, couldn't really sleep for some reason. I was up really late till like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I was just rolling around in bed. I was thinking, what could I use for commentary topics? And I wrote a few things down, and this is a short video, so I figured I'd go with this topic. Topic is favorite sports players. So, in the past, I've always talked about making sports video or commentary based on sports, and I never really knew how to go about it. I don't want it to be really boring and just like bore you guys and talk about what I think the playoffs are going to be like in football, stuff like that. It just kind of gets boring. Like, this team's going to beat that team, this team because of this, because of that. I don't know if you guys know as much about sports as I do, and you guys might be like, wow, this is so boring. So I figured I'd go with the whole idea of favorite sports players. And with this topic, I'd like to get you guys involved. I'm going to give you guys my favorite players, why, all that stuff for each sport. I'd like to get you guys involved and see what you guys think. So, starting off with baseball, and before I get into this, these players could be retired players just within reason. I mean, not retired for like friggin' over 10 years, but... Alright, so my favorite baseball player of all time is Ken Griffey Jr. I followed him through Seattle. He used to make those video games called Ken Griffey Jr., Major League Baseball. Then he had Ken Griffey Jr. Slugfest. Really enjoyed his video games. I just became to love him as a player. Favorite baseball player by far. So, and that's pretty much it. I really like Paul O'Neill a lot too. I don't know if you guys know. He was a Yankee, retired Yankee. Just a really, really great player. So moving on to basketball. I know this may sound generic, but my favorite basketball player of all time is Michael Jordan. And this is for different reasons than you guys. You guys may say, oh, Michael Jordan, you guys love him because you've heard all about him, this and that. Even though I'm only 17, I witnessed a lot of him playing. I've actually rented every single movie like they make like these, they're DVDs. I don't want to call them movies, but they're just all about they show his highlights, like his legacy, everything. I know everything about Michael Jordan because as a kid, I admired Michael Jordan. As a kid, I played a ton of basketball, and I just admired Michael Jordan. So that's my favorite basketball player. And really nowadays, I don't really have a favorite. I really like Vince Carter a lot, but Michael Jordan's my ultimate favorite. I mean, nothing nowadays can even really compete with him. I mean, I really like Monte Ellis. You guys might not know who he is, but he's a younger player. Just came about being big time kind of recently, and he's really good. I didn't even know this gameplay is pretty aggressive. It's nice gameplay. But so, what sport are we on now? Football. You guys probably know. I've probably mentioned this some time or another. Chris Johnson's by far my favorite football player of all time. The only person who comes close is Barry Sanders, who is probably the best running back of all time, and Chris Johnson chasing his legacy. As you guys know, you guys notice now, I'm big into running backs. I love running backs. I love speed. I love agility. I love just big-time players. And if I had to pick my two other favorite football players, Michael Vick is a very, very, very close second to Chris Johnson. And then Randy Moss is probably tied with Michael Vick as a close second. I really like Randy Moss a lot. And I wish he would have got put on a good organized team this year instead of having wasted talent. A lot of people think he's done. I think he's got more years left in him simply because he's a very fresh body. He doesn't get beaten. He doesn't take a lot of shots, and I think he's definitely got some years left in him. So what am I missing? So hockey. Favorite hockey team is the Devils, and it's gonna be obvious why my favorite player is Martin Brodeur, their goalie, and I've really, really grown to like Ilya Kovalchuk, not just because he's on the Devils now, that just like kind of added to it, but I always liked him, and those are pretty much my favorite hockey players. I like Ovechkin a lot too, just because he's just an amazing player, I love watching him. Crosby's probably the best player in the league. I don't like Crosby though, I just don't like him. I'm trying to think, I don't want to ignore any sports. My favorite NASCAR driver is Jeff Gordon. Probably get some hate for that. A lot of people don't like Jeff Gordon. I also like Jimmy Johnson, and I just think he's an amazing driver. I mean, I've never seen anything like that before. He's just freaking amazing. Soccer. My favorite soccer player ever is the original Ronaldo. Not Cristiano Ronaldo. I think his name was just Ronaldo. This guy was a freaking beast, and he's my favorite soccer player. I also liked Ronaldinho a lot. So both of them really aren't playing much anymore. I don't know what Ronaldinho's doing, and Ronaldo doesn't even. I don't think he even plays anymore. But those are my favorite soccer players. And like I said, I don't want to ignore any sports. I'm trying to think if I missed out on anything. Soccer, football, baseball, basketball. I think I got all the major sports in. So if I missed out on anything, leave it in the comments, and let me know in the comments your guys' favorites, because you guys aren't like I'm from New York, and all my friends have like the same favorite players because we all live in New York. But I'd be interested to see your guys' favorite players. So leave them in the comments below, and I hope you guys are interested in this and enjoy it. All right, talk to you guys next time.